Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Words Unbridled with your girl, Jessica, and...
Hello, I am him. Hi, my name is Moses Obi, and it's good to be here.
Yes,
I am a singer, songwriter, creative director, chef, perfumer, business development consultant, random businessman, international noisemaker.
I am proud of you.
Thank you,
it's good to have you here, baby.
Good to
Let's
be here.
talk about charity. Is it still charity if it's all over your goddamn page? If they are taking pictures of you doing it?
Because I may see half of Twitter and TikTok's about to be shaken. Oh, your influencers. No, because it's literally what's trending. Everybody wants to put a certain image out there into the world, and so you want to show yourself being kind to somebody. Instead of charity becoming the goal or the reason, it's now just a tool.
He said it's a tool, so I didn't say nothing.
The best time to get the political elite to be charitable is during campaign season or election season.
I didn't say that too.
Your favorite celebrities are always at their most charitable when they have like new music out that they want you to engage with, or when they are beginning to lose traction or presence and they want to like boost up their content. Your favorite influencers, when they are out of ideas for content, will have somebody sitting and recording them driving up to some random individual on the road with a sub-story prepared, like, oh, every time I drive out in my Bentley to, that my 7.5K job, I always drive past this woman who is always crying in the middle of the road at 3 a.m. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that, the actual act of giving whatever it is you have to somebody is not a bad thing, but come on.
I know what you mean. Like I said, is it still charity when everybody can see you doing it? It's like saying, I'm giving an anonymous donation, and then they'll say, this was donated anonymously by Jessica David.
No, but facts though. Like you attend like certain charity events or like fundraisers and stuff, and you actually hear them say that this anonymous donation was donated by. I'm like, see, stop. Right there, the English you are using is not working.
They will say the name of the person
after saying anonymous donation. Or they will first of all hedge for a couple of... The person doesn't want to be known, but let me just say it was given to us by Chief this. And I'm like, my guy.
It's insane.
Yeah. There was this one orphanage I went to during one of my birthdays. And we had wanted to take pictures, like with the phones, just because I was taking pictures of my whole day for my birthday. So I wanted pictures. But they were like, oh, we don't allow pictures with the
gifts and
with
stuff.
The kids.
With the kids.
Yeah, you're not allowed to take pictures with the kids. And I love it, especially if you're coming to make a donation. I loved it. Because
I don't even understand why they do that. Are the kids supposed to be like trophies?
People actually do full-on like press coverage for their charitable work. No, really. You have like blogs.
I don't get it.
No way.
This has been a topic I've been meaning to talk about for a long time, because everybody always seems to have like a different, somebody that's actually into all them charity stuff, and they have like a page. And I'm like asking this question as well. Is it still charity if it's all over the goddamn internet? And then she goes, well, they're putting it on the internet for other people that want to help, because they don't have enough resources to help. So they want other people that want to help to see what they do and, maybe somehow join them in making the world a better place in their own way, the way they can, So now I couldn't find a fault in that, because like how else is she going to let other people know what they do? But at the same time, I still have like a little problem with charity not being charity, because you take away the charity when it's everywhere. Because I think that like years people have been charitable and doing their charity things without the internet.
Back in the day, like as a kid, when we still had newspapers, you would literally have on national dailies, people would have purchased columns to advertise their charitable deeds. That, oh, this person, wife of this, or the person, director of this, on their birthday donated 500,000 to this thing. But see,
why?
To get an ad on a paper is maybe, 200,000? 150,
There
and then you
go.
do it across
The whole
like maybe
goddamn
3, 4, 5 ads. I mean, to get your post on Linda Ikeji, isn't it $1 million? And there's one I seen on Linda Ikeji that you gave out 150K.
Okay.
You paid $1 million to let me know that you gave out 150K
for charity. Yes. Thank you so much for pointing that out. He did that. He did the cricket thing. He's such an asshole. So, okay. That being said, I also wanted to ask you a question about these orphanage people. Do you think that people that actually go to the orphanage to, like, okay, let me give an example. First of all, they're not allowed to stay there after a certain age, right?
I think it's either 18 or 16, unless I think there's a way you can legally apply to be...
Okay, so, only kids are allowed to, like the kids.
Yeah. Certain orphanages only take certain ages, but you can be in the orphanage system till you're 18.
Is it even okay to let strangers touch those kids?
See, I can make an argument for how you could think of it as not being okay, but let me share this experience. Yet another orphanage, and this was one of the ones that broke me the most, because most of the kids were like toddlers. They were like below 3.
Babies.
So they could just barely stand up. They can't make words. They can't speak. And like when you walk in, you would see all of them rise up. All these little toddlers rise up in their cots and like start stretching their hands. Like, carry me, start stretching their hands. And when you pick them up, like they'll be very intense about it. When you pick them up, they just... And I'm like, there's that need for like that physical intimacy, and even they know.
So
and they know what broke my heart.
About these kids, you putting them in the arms
broke
of
my heart?
weirdos.
No, but what broke my heart was when I tried to put the kid back down. This was after I'd probably been there for like 20, 30 minutes. And this kid started freaking out. This kid started freaking out, like, no, that's not, don't drop me. I said, it broke. I was like, no, my complete chest, my existence right now, because this is a child that cannot speak words, but you can already sense the need for that sort of physical intimacy, So I understand it. Of course, there is the thing is, I don't think any child in an orphanage should be left unsupervised with a stranger.
That's true.
Unless it is somebody who is in the process of adopting the child. Then they have supervised visits and all of that. But if someone's just visiting, I do not think you should leave.
Yeah, because I think some weirdos will be going up on that place.
Yes.
So if you cabin biscuits and just to touch
on
babies.
You shouldn't allow.
I'm sorry, but these people are out there.
It's a valid thought. We live in Nigeria. We live in a very I don't say superstitious society, but juju day. No,
And then apart from that, they're also a little psychopaths.
Psychopaths and perverts are real.
All over the place, yes. And then you'll be amazed. It will drive you insane to hear the things that people do.
No, see, let's not.
Oh
what?
My gosh!
With this, still on this with the kids with orphans and stuff.
Yeah.
So I have friends who work with
people are insane.
The National Agency against for the Prohibition of Trafficking in human beings and all of that. NAPTIP, right? Trafficking in persons. So sometimes they like just tell us stories of what's going on, of what's been happening. And there was one bust they did it was either Niger or was it even Lupe here? And it's this family that's literally just been randomly adopting children and basically just using that as a source of fodder for their harem. So they were prostituting these children that they were adopting.
Oh my gosh. See what I say about people and the things they do.
Because especially when it's first of all.
So they were adopting them. So that means
they were going through the process. They were fostering these kids.
Process. That's what I'm saying. So during that process, didn't they notice that these people have been adopting kids?
Honey, it's Nigeria. In Nigeria, there's no functional process in Nigeria. There's no process in Nigeria that we can say, oh wow, this actually works 100%.
Yeah, because they have you. They'll be putting your fingerprints on every goddamn thing, but I don't see them just finding you with your prints.
Do you understand? Have you ever heard of a case where the Nigerian police has come out to say this person's fingerprints were found? We have BVN, we have
and everything that just connects us to
we have
whatever we do, and
we
still you cannot find a family that keeps Adopting. How many children? Do you have an idea?
I think they had adopted maybe 6 or 7 before, like,
Wow.
multiple reports had come in, and then it now finally escalated to NAPTIP now. But it's one of the situations where it's such a wide net that we just cannot help but acknowledge that the bad will come in with the good, because there are still people who adopt with like beautiful intentions and put in a lot of love and effort to raise kids that they adopted. But still, you have people who take kids out of the foster system just to use them as maids or as workers or
other stuff,
as other things in their households, or just treat them in such inhumane ways.
That's true.
And it makes you wonder, how is this allowed to happen? Are there not supposed to be frequent checks and visits by whatever agency is supposed to be?
It is in charge of these kids.
Or is that maybe that's just an Weibo thing?
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe we need to find out.
Do we have child protective services in Nigeria?
We need to.
Because
because like really, who's looking after these kids that nobody seems to be looking after?
How many situations have we had? Do you know how many cases there are in this country of orphanage owners who have been either arrested or indicted in selling of children?
Fuck. That's insane. That's
Actually selling children, claiming they have an orphanage. There was one I heard of, I think she would take in like young girls who were pregnant, and then offer like, oh, part of orphanage help you take care of yourself and the babies, and then she would sell their babies.
Wow.
And then tell them that your baby died, or just give
Something
them some
like
money
that.
and just kick them off or squeeze face or that sort of. But like there are just so many, and this is not something that is a one-off. This is something that happens way more frequently than anybody wants to acknowledge.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The little things that we ignore.
These aren't little things. We just ignore them.
Well, for those people that ignore them, it's little things. Like, if it was little for me, I would not even think about going back to that fucking subject. No, it's not little for me at all. I all these things, every now and then, I fucking wonder, who's looking after these people that have nobody looking after them? And nobody is even concerned about how they take care of these kids. That's why when you said that child protective thing, I was going to say that, like, really, those ones, they should also even go to the orphanages and see how they treat those kids there. I don't think that they treat them nice enough. I don't even think that most of half the things those kids get really go to them. Now you're laughing at me.
I mean, no, I feel like, yeah, and that's not even just a Nigerian situation. I feel like internationally there are always issues of misappropriation of donations, whether it be funding or even physical donations for people in orphan care.
We're talking about kids.
I know, but people gonna be people. I'm sorry, but people will be people. People will be dedicated to just showing you shiggy.
You're right. Sad but true.
Even we show you shiggy at any and all points in time.
Sad but
you know, so it's, what are you gonna do?
yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're talking about who is monitoring kids in orphanages. So those are even institutions where we can say there's some sort of isolation, but we still have cases of gross sexual, physical abuse and misconduct and misappropriation of funds and all of that, and maltreatment in schools. Actual institutions with some sort of hierarchical setup or operation system in place.
Even are supposed to have people around, you know.
But in schools, and not even just poor schools, even highbrow schools. There was a case like 2 years ago, and this was here in Abuja. It was some school that mostly catered to, I think, kids from the IDP camps. And then over time, I think I heard it on...
Wait, these schools were catering to the...
Yeah, like the school, it was one of the schools that they set up that would just strictly take care of kids from one of the IDP camps. This was here in Abuja. This was about 2 years ago. It was on that guy that does the morning thing where people call up and give problems. I'm not going to call his name because I think he's a bit of a dick. But
okay.
But yeah.
I didn't say it. He said it.
But yeah. So, and it was somebody I called, and this was not the first or fifth or seventh time that they were getting reports of this, where in that institution, students were literally getting pregnant. The girls were getting pregnant for the male teachers. Like, they were either being raped. Some of them it was rape, it was sexual abuse. Some of them it was grooming. Some of them it was just... Yeah. But still, this was happening in a school that had been set up... Like, it wasn't even set up by government. It was set up by, like, private funding, so donations and stuff. So you would expect there should be systems of checks and balances and monitoring and evaluation for everything that happens in these places. But still, and if not that it had even escalated to that, I think they closed the school for a couple of. This was around lockdown, either right at the beginning or right at the end of lockdown. I can't remember, but it was like 2 years ago.
Wow, just the thought of it.
And it wasn't that much of big news. Like news agencies and blogs and the like.
This is what should be news, god damn it.
If you think about if I feel like I can't blame them. It's a very precocious time to be a Nigerian. There's a lot that is going wrong. Every Nigerian is frustrated, angry, and hungry. You really do not want to tell people who are in that sort of headspace all the bad things that are happening around them.
True.
Because think about it. We live in a society, we never really internalize it. We live in a society where relatives of the people who we think are the big and powerful can have their necks slit on video in the middle of a forest.
Oh my gosh. Whew.
This is not a one-off. This is not something that just happened once.
You're right.
But that's the society
You're right.
we live in, where people on the streets, I mean, in almost every single university, at least every third university in Nigeria, every year has students who are murdered. We never hear of anybody caught for these murders or anybody's being punished, but that's the society we live in.
You're absolutely correct.
You're scary.
Absolutely correct. It's scary. So back to charity. So what is charity anyway? Yeah. So what is charity? Since in the new days.
In the new days, right?
In the new days. What is charity, please? Because maybe I'm not understanding it. That is why I'm going on about it being all over the place. But what is charity?
No, charity is me recording like a 90-minute little video for my Instagram reel or TikTok. Starting with, so today I decided to do something nice. So first off, here's how I started my morning. I got up, made breakfast, did this, did that, did that. Put this on. Do you think I look nice, guys? And then I'll plug in my business or whatever it is I'm selling while I'm doing that. So I drove out and then I went here and decided to give this person 20, like 2K.
Yeah.
Or I bought a meal and I shared.
And then everybody, thank you.
The thing is, we actually,
I think they've ruined the whole charity thing for me.
Maybe, but the world needs
They've ruined it for
charity.
me. It's not like I cannot still be charitable and shit. But I'm going to do it and just do it the way that I still know that it's supposed to be, which is not anonymously saying my name.
But I think we've always had people who did this, though. Even like back in the day, people who would just love to talk about
what they do. Yes, yes. But now this is it. This is the whole charity thing now. They have pages for like them. Charity. Like this is it.
And I really have pages.
Yes. This is it. This is how they do it now. So I don't know if it's for money or for clout or for whatever the fuck it is, but it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me because it's like, if you want to help, just go out and help. Nobody needs to know. That's the whole point.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole point of charity. Go out of your way, do something nice for somebody, and then keep your mouth goddamn shut.
But what I find even wilder is how charity is not a business.
That's what I'm saying here. Where do you think my problem is coming from?
Because you now see people who literally just set up NGOs just to make money.
I'm saying there's pages.
There's multiple pages. No. There's some boy that was being dragged on Twitter because he did GoFundMe and applied for a couple of like charitable grants and the likes that were available for people in a certain community because he was claiming, he needed housing and all. And everybody kept dragging out, you were claiming charity case like 6 weeks ago. Yeah, now the one that is turning up, that we have seen that have traveled to the America. When you travel, Seth, we thought you were traveling, that's why you were not coming back. But you went there for visitation, you came back, and you were doing charity 6 weeks ago. Like you needed money, GoFundMe and everything, and people gave. That's not when there are actually people who are in need. But you decided to take advantage because maybe
that. You see why there will be somebody else now that is actually in need, but because of this shitty ass thing.
Yeah.
Everybody just be like, okay, yeah, that's what they do these days.
It happens
They're
now. When people decide to take a random picture of somebody who is maybe in a hospital and then they'll start seeking donations online. And people give. And then it always trips me when for some of these posts or thread, if you start reading the comments, you now see where somebody called them out, like, this is this person. not whatever name you've put up, and like these funds that you pass into this account is not.
But
in
before
any way
before that person does the calling out, they must have sent a
of
lot
course,
of money
now
into
somebody would
an
have probably
account
made at least a
for
couple of
somebody
hundred
that
thousand.
is.
It's a hustle.
So it's also a hustle. So you see, like I said, you can never tell, but I still feel like the real charity is the bit where you just go out and do whatever it is you want to do to help humanity in one way or the other, to help a person or to help an organization, help anything or help anybody or do whatever it is you want to do to somehow just make the world a better place, but not having the whole world hear about it at the same time does not make sense to me. It really doesn't. No matter
really
how
doesn't.
much the world wants to change, I still feel like you should be able to still be charitable without being like all up in people's faces. Yes, with it. Do you know of any charity organizations that we should donate to? Because
Please donate to Moses Obi.
So we were talking about different things actually, but based on charity. So we were asking questions, really questions that I don't mind getting other answers because this Moses' answer is not enough for me. Moses seems to be in this charity business. Okay.
Okay. So yes. Is this Jessica? Stop laughing. Is it still charity? If it's all over your page.
Is it still charity?
You know,
If we cannot see it.
I think for the people who are on the receiving end, it's still charity because they're in need and they just want to receive. Whatever else the giver is getting out of it.
I'm talking about the givers mostly because, of course, receiving is still
And
charity.
I think for a lot of people, I think the concept of what is morally acceptable, it changes over time. I'm sorry, but that's just facts. The world changes. So what we might want to call right or wrong, it's all just change. So I think this is like a new normal. And that's just, it is what it is. It's sad. It's sad. It's
then maybe
painful.
I just don't like changes.
A lot of us don't. No, say it. Ask your questions.
Kid.
Why is this sad?
It's sad.
Why is this sad?
Why is it
It's
sad?
sad because you have to show the whole world that you are anonymously donating something.
Yeah, yes. So you're sharing that, like you're giving to the poor. So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, I think it's wrong because you call it charity and charity is already anonymous.
Because what we've always precisely. So it's like I said, what is considered.
It should be anonymous.
No, we're coming from a world where we're not public. Okay. It's how do I put it? The world changed now.
Precisely.
There was no social media.
Yes, now there's
Anything was
social
happening
media.
before. You
It's just
only
newspapers.
word of mouth. Oh, somebody so gave to people there. That's what
Yes, we used to hear it, yes.
Exactly. So it wasn't hidden even then. So now social media, why not? It's more of inspiration.
For those other people that want to help. Me, I just think...
Davido buying $100 million watch, you say it's inspiring his fans. So.
Oh wow.
Can you not do that right now?
No, but you
Steve?
know what? On this inspiration Coco P. No, wait. See, you have to agree that it sort of works.
Yes,
because
I
let's
think so.
look at social media influencers or the flus that we have on top of the TikTok and Instagram and all those other places. So somebody comes out and decides to do 1 million giveaway for the next 10 days. Everybody who wants to be an influencer, even if it's 5K that they have paid, even if it's one free lunch somewhere, somebody will want to give. And you might want to go, oh, we know this about doing it for class. It's fine. Because people on the receiving end are receiving. People who are in need are in need. And I feel like when we take apart all the other... when you take apart all the moral personal perceptions we have or leanings that we have attached to the concepts of charity, at its core, it's
you're right.
about
Moral
providing...
perception. That's what I have. I have a moral perception.
Yeah.
And that is, charity should not be showed to everybody.
But all of that is unnecessary. At its core, no, but...
What?
Giving will end.
No! How dare you say that?
To a large extent.
Hold on, let me tell you. This guy gave an example of social media influencers doing giveaway. Somebody started it. Now, how many influencers do giveaway?
All of them.
Not because they wanted to give.
Before, but
It's an inspiration
because...
from them. Like, okay, this guy did it, it worked for him. Maybe I should do that. All of a sudden, everybody's doing giveaway. And the people at the bottom line, well,
I still get
the
Lolo.
way you give away me now.
You know, Jessica is going to give away for two of us. I hear that Jessica is also entering the loan business.
So yeah, you might see.
Yes,
I feel it works.
loan
Do you know
shark.
that
Loan shark. It's yours.
there was the first billionaire who said, I'm not going to keep my money when I die. I'm going to give it all away.
And all the other billionaires sort of started. Yeah.
So it's inspiration. It needs to be public. Why
It
not?
does need to be public.
Okay.
Hold
See,
that child that is starting
No,
and
the
put
thing
it
is,
there, right?
I can understand
And yes,
and
we'll go and do our own.
Okay, well, you're
When she has
right.
money.
You're actually right about that bit. That's true. That's true. Okay.
No, the inspiration thing works.
Yeah, you see, hence the whole conversing and trying to find out what's what. But I'm still saying if I'm gonna give, I'll give and not like have to tell everybody.
no, but
or,
wait,
like-
see, at the core of everything, what charity is just about providing or meeting a need of somebody.
Of
That's all it
somebody,
is.
okay.
Everything else that is attached. But the idea is you are providing without expecting anything from the person
back.
given.
Yeah. Okay.
That you want to expect attention from the rest of the world is between you, your God, and your personal
and
soul.
whatever it is.
So, I mean,
you're right.
low-key people are allowed because people have always been this way. It's just, it's a certain, because of the personal moral perceptions we have, we want to call it hypocrisy
Skid,
or whatever.
In the end, what you're saying is, answer to my question, it is still
It's still charity.
No, charity is a business.
Now,
We need to understand that.
Now, no, it's always been.
Okay.
well,
You do. Okay, why do people give? Answer to that question.
Some people give because of peace of mind.
Maybe
Maybe.
you want something.
yeah,
Yes,
a lot of
what
people
I
are
want.
incentivized.
Okay, what I want.
I get your coming from. A lot of people are
Can I talk?
incentivized to give because they
Can
want to
I
receive.
talk?
Go ahead.
Now, I give personally because it makes me happy.
See,
to
once
help.
there's a because, there's transaction.
No, don't do that.
Hold on, now, let me explain.
There's
See,
a
as long as-
difference.
as long as-
don't do that, Skid.
As long
I
as
see
you're
what
gi-
doing.
But the reasons you're
Skid,
giving are very
don't do
selfish
that.
though,
Okay.
because it makes you happy, because it gives you peace of mind.
Say, hey, can you guys?
You did not
Hold
say
on.
you want to. Wait, no.
Let me finish.
Collect your ratio in with your full
let me
chest.
finish. Okay, yes, I like to help. Yeah?
Yeah.
That out of the way. I feel like when it applies to charity, like I'm doing something for somebody that needs this particular thing, and then there's nobody, to help them with it or something. I just do it. Because like this is me. I want, yeah. So wait, what so you're trying to tell me
You're
now?
meeting a need now.
I'm meeting a need. So you're trying to tell me now. So because I am happy from this person's happiness, that means I'm getting something back.
Yeah, you are. You're getting happiness.
Do you know why? People ask me, Skid, you're annoying?
I don't like you guys.
Yeah.
Boy, it's the truth.
They ask
I
me,
don't
why
like
are
you
you annoying? There's no because inside. I just did.
You are just annoying.
I don't have it. Doesn't give me joy.
No, but he's right though. He's right though. A lot of giving.
For being out
A lot of people are incentivized to give because they've been taught from a young age that givers are receivers. Givers never lack.
Church, religion preach that. Mm-hmm. And then people do it for different reasons. So forgive the people who are trying to cash out, build an audience from it, or make money from it, or make their image.
It's not like I have any bad, but I just feel like it's no longer charity.
Your host is
It is no longer charity if you put it out there.
It's no longer charity for you,
For me, yeah.
but it's still charity for everybody who is on the receiving end of it.
Yes, of course, that bit.
I
shouldn't forget that bit.
So yeah.
So what? I'm now the selfish prick who came on fucking internet. And
Selfish, morally upright, but still one of the people benefiting.
I'm now the fucking selfish prick who doesn't care about the people on the receiving end, who just cares about how they look when they donate. So somehow I keep talking about these fuckers, but I ended up being one of them.
How the turntables turn.
Okay. Well, since that's covered, you guys
Inside
all know
life.
that your host is a scam.
He's a bad person. Doing it for selfish reasons.
Yeah, so this is me signing out for today because I'm like totally done with Moses and Skid and I don't want to do this anymore. And literally, I'm shedding tears of something. I don't know if it's joy. So, bye guys, catch you on the next episode. We're not really sure what we're bringing to you, but just stay tuned. Ciao.